So let's see. What I'm saying is, so these types allows Unicode characters. So that includes all ASCII characters and characters belongs to different languages. So we can store different languages, Arabic symbols, Russian characters, Japanese symbols, Korean, Hindi, Telugu, Hindi, English. So like all characters can be stored. If you want to store the characters of other languages, use nchar and varchar. If you want to store what, so English characters, English alphabets, then use char and varchar. So that is the only difference between this one. And one more difference is a Unicode character occupies what? 2 bytes. ASCII character occupies 1 byte. ASCII character, okay, na? ASCII character occupies 1 byte, but a Unicode character occupies 2 bytes. If it is ASCII character, it takes 1 byte, but a Unicode character occupies what? 2 bytes, 2 bytes of memory. Okay, na? Then so one character takes 2 bytes. So if you use char varchar, one character takes 1 byte. If you use nchar and varchar, one character takes 2 bytes. Okay, na? That's all. So this is one difference. Okay, then. That's all. All these are what, like character types. All these are character types. So next, let's go to like integer types. Let's go to integer types. Okay, so then. Now, but whatever the difference is there between char and varchar, same difference is there between nchar and varchar. Whatever difference is there between char and varchar, the same difference is there between nchar and varchar. Next one, integer types. Integer types. Right. So, what are the integer types? So, integer types allows what? Whole numbers. What is whole numbers means? Numbers without decimal part. Integer types allows whole numbers without decimal part. So numbers are 2 types. One is something like this, another one something like this. What is these numbers are called? These numbers are called integers. These numbers are called float. If the number contains a decimal part, it is called float. If number doesn't contain decimal part, it is integer. Okay, integer types allows numbers without the decimal part. SQL Server supports the 4 integer types. SQL Server supports what? SQL Server supports 4 integer types. SQL Server supports 4 integer types. What are those? One is what? Tiny int, small int, big int. So SQL Server supports 4 types: tiny int, small int, big int. So, like, what is this? How much memory it takes? It takes 1 byte of memory. Small integer takes 2 bytes. Integer takes 4 bytes. Integer takes 4 bytes. Big integer takes 8 bytes. Okay, so what is the memory? 1 byte, 2 bytes, 4 bytes, 8 bytes. So what is the difference is? Difference between this range is the difference. What is the difference is? Difference is what? Range. Okay, then what is the difference is? Difference is range. Like suppose, for example, integer tiny int range is what? 0 to 255. Tiny int, okay, na? Tiny int like 0 to 255. So if any value is between 0 to 255, use this data type, tiny int. Okay, na? If any value is between 0 to 255, use this tiny int. Small integer. What is the range of small integer? Minus 32,768 to 32,767. Okay, na? Minus 32,768 to 32,767. So any values between this range, use small integer. If the value between this range, use small integer. Next one, integer. Integer takes how many bytes? 4 bytes. Okay, then integer takes how many bytes? 4 bytes. So like what is the range of this integer is? Okay, na? So 4 bytes means how many bits? 32 bits. 4 bytes means 32 bits. What the range is? Minus 2 power 31 to 2 power 31 minus 1. Minus 2 power 31 to 2 power 31 minus 1. So that means here, so this is integer range. Okay, na? Minus 2 power 31 to 2 power minus 31. So this is integer range. So if you want that range also, then this is the range. Minus 2 power. This is 2 power. 2 power 31 to 2 power 31 minus 1. This is power. Okay. Then. So what the value is? Minus 2, 147, 483, 648 to 2, 147, 483, 647. Because minus 1, na? Minus 1 means 648, minus 1 means 647. Okay. Next one. So because 4 means 32 bits, but 1 bit is reserved for sign. Actually, you should ask 2 power 32 na, but why 2 power 31 means first bit is reserved for sign, plus minus. The first bit is reserved for sign, plus minus. So that's why minus 2 power 31 to 2 power 31 minus 1. Next one, 8 bytes. Big integer takes 8 bytes. What the 8 bytes means? How many bits? 64. 8 into 8, 64. But first bit is reserved for sign. So then minus 2 power 63 to 2 power 63 minus 1. Okay, na? Minus 2 power 63 to 2 power 63 minus 1. Let's see this here. So this is the range. So minus 2 power 63. Minus 2 power 63 to 2 power 63 minus 1. That's it. That's it. This is what type. So like which one you use depends on what range, depends on the range. Like example, in database, I want to store age of the person. And then which data type you recommend for age? Which one you recommend for age? Which one you recommend for age? For storing age, which one you recommend? Age cannot be more than 255. Then better to use what? Int. Next one. So in database, okay, like in database, I want to store what? For example, I want to store ID, employee ID, but this IDs can be around 10,000 something. Like sorry, like maybe thousands. So ID starts from like something. Okay, na? So then I use what? Suppose small integer. I use small integer. Yeah. Okay, na? So suppose here, like for example, so I want to store what? Aadhaar number in database. I want to store Aadhaar number in database. Then take what? Big integer. Okay, take big integer. Depends. So what you take, it depends on what. Aadhaar number contains how many digits? 12 digits. 12 digits. So I cannot use any. I cannot use small integer. I cannot use integer also because it contains 12 digits. So then better to use what? Big integer. That's all. So which one you take depends on what? Depends on what value. Depends on the value. That's all. All these are integer types. Okay. All these are integer types. Okay. Now next. Okay. So integer types allows whole numbers without decimal. But sometimes allows what? Sometimes what? Decimal numbers. For decimal numbers without, like with decimal part. So you have to use this one, decimal p comma s, decimal p comma s. What this is? So this is what uh, allows numbers, allows real numbers, real numbers. That is what real numbers means, numbers with decimal part. So numbers are two types, whole numbers and real numbers. Whole numbers means numbers without decimal, real numbers means numbers with decimal, decimal part. Okay, that. So but here if you see this, so we have to use this data type decimal p comma s. Okay, then. So what is p stands for? Understood now? So sometimes my value is like this, 100.50. I want to store this in database. Then what should be? We have to use decimal p comma s. Okay, then. But what is p? What is p stands for? P stands for precision. P stands for precision. Precision means the total number of digits allowed. Okay. S stands for what? Scale. S stands for scale. Scale means the number of digits allowed after decimal. P stands for precision. Precision means total number of digits allowed. S stands for scale, number of digits allowed after decimal. So P means precision. Precision means total number of digits. S means scale, that is number of digits allowed after decimal. Okay, then. So like this here, then. Like let's see this here. So let's see this. For example, like salary. Suppose salary or balance, like that. Balance. Okay, na? So actually, see, salary is actually whole number.